Warning! This podcast contains babies. Spoilers here. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the ASOTV podcast for Once Upon a Time, Season 4, Episode 20, Lily. I am your host, Dom. With me, my co-host, that's not Nikki, my co-host, Clio.
Hello, I've invaded.
You've invaded.
Yes.
And down below is Rachel.
Hello.
How goes it?
Taking over as queen bitch.
Oh,
My
wow.
tiara's up there.
I got mine right here.
Who would get it, but it's out of reach.
It is out of reach.
And
So-
I'm too fabulous to be expected to get it myself.
Too fabulous. Yeah, I could see that. So, what did you guys think of this episode?
This episode.
It's doing that ramp up before they do the season
You
finale.
know we're only 2 weeks away, from the season being over? We
Yeah.
get 3 episodes, but the finale is...
It's 2 hours long.
Yeah, it's two episodes back to back, so...
Yeah.
It's crazy, we're getting there.
I know. Summertime.
Yep.
Feels like it's taken Lily forever to get here, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
here we are.
Yeah. It's finally they've done something with this chick that we knew she had something to do with this, but we didn't know why.
Yeah. I really liked the Emma Regina road trip that went on. That was great seeing their dynamics play out.
A little bit of role reversal too.
Yeah, well, quite a bit of role reversal. We see Emma kind of going a little dark side here. Or starting
She
to.
wasn't looking good. She looked like she wasn't wearing makeup. It looked like her face was breaking out. She looked like she's been down a couple rocky roads.
Yeah, definitely since she found out that her parents had been lying to her. She had the pink under her eyes. She's been drab, looking worse for wear.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. She almost killed the guy that was like, oh yeah, Lily's, she was a drug addict, useless, no good.
Hold on. She pushed him up against a wall. I think there's a very long way to go between pushing up against a wall and killing.
She wanted to hurt him. I don't think kill, but
I may have exaggerated a tiny bit there. Just tiny bit.
Ever so slightly.
But yeah, no, we see that, and then later on in the episode when she finally confronts Lily, she's got Lily at gunpoint. There's stuff in between there, but she's definitely going dark side this episode. There's no doubt about that.
She's okay. I think there's a difference between going dark side and reckless abandon.
Yeah, no, that
Oh,
is
Which is
true.
sort of Emma's like, I don't fucking care anymore.
I just love the look on the evil queen when
she's so fed up with everything now.
When Emma had Lily at gunpoint and Regina walks up, Regina's like, this is going too far, and that's saying something coming from Regina.
I know, but like she told us, she's like, if you do this, there's no coming back. I know.
Yeah, she knows.
She knows what it's like to, have someone killed or kill someone, and you can't come back from that.
Yeah,
she sees a path.
It's a long road back, and Regina has traveled that road.
Yeah, she sees a path that maybe she could have avoided, and she wants to help Emma avoid it.
Yeah, that's what makes the whole dynamic of Emma and Regina on this road trip so great. It works so well.
I've always loved their dynamic from the very beginning.
Yep.
Yeah.
How it's always changing.
There is actually a lot of controversy on Twitter between one of the writers for the show, pretty much saying that all the Queen Snow shippers, the Queen Swan shippers, whatever you call it, have no chance. Stop acting so arrogant, and even the actresses noted your rude behavior, and they don't like it or whatever. And then all of a sudden, you get Jennifer Morrison, you get Lana, whoever played Regina, I forget her last name. you get the two of them coming in. This guy's opinions do not reflect our own. Don't worry. You know, we had the writer Adam Horowitz come in. He was coming in saying no. You know, like this is not what we were like. We love all types of fans of the show. Like, don't worry. It's kind of crazy. It, like blew out of control there for a little while. And then the writer since deleted and apologized, but.
Twitter's just such a casual means of communication that, I have this random thought. Here it goes. It's out there, you know, without a chance of anyone who's involved in your project also to weigh in before it's out there. And Adam Horowitz, Jennifer Morrison have been to conventions. They know the fans. They've been, you know, they've talked to them. They understand that fandom is going to be fandom.
Yep. I mean, I never understood the whole shipping them two. I see them as friends. I've never seen them as more than that, but you know, teach their own.
There are some interesting fan fictions.
Yeah, Lee's correcting us in chat. It's Swan Queen, and he wants to remind everybody that it's a step grandmother and her step granddaughter. So there is that.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
I've always thought that they family.
I've always saw them as the yin and the yang, the good and the bad, and they always complemented each other no matter, you know, if Regina went a little good, then Emma went a little evil. It's just kind of all like this nice little round ball. It just kept going around circles.
The two boys circling each other.
They're kind of... I want to say they're two sides of the same coin, but that seems to be more Emma and Lily at this point.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Just, Regina and Emma are just, they are opposites, but they complement each other so well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you always have a friend that's a little opposite. It's different than you. It's, you know, opposite of what you are. And you always get along with them the best because they're not like you.
We get to see in the flashbacks. We get to see, you know, Lily and Emma in flashbacks and stuff. And we get to see that dynamic between the two of them as children. And, you know, that was interesting. I like that.
Poor Lily, she's so needy. She was just, she didn't know what was going on, and she's so clingy, and I think that's what threw Emma off. She didn't want that.
Yeah.
Someone to be just like.
Yeah.
Well, also because Emma and Lily have been searching for the same thing in their childhood.
Well, I mean,
and
Lily was adopted. She had a family. She fucked
knew
it up.
Was wrong. She didn't feel right.
Lily was adopted at like the age of 4, though, and so
I thought she was a baby when she was adopted.
Was it? I thought it was when she was 4.
I don't remember.
She was really young, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was like she was still, you know, she was before she was 1. So at that point, like, you know, I'm not. It's treading into weird territory, but at that point, like, your brain as a child, you're not going to remember a lot of that. So like you. As far as that's concerned, that is your family there. You know, like you grew up, that is your family. Like, yes, you were birthed by someone else. Yes, but there's issues with that, and you're gonna deal with the feelings and stuff that's all gonna bring out. But you grew up. That is your family.
But this is not a normal kid getting adopted. This is a fate and a magic touched child that knows this is not wrong. This is not right.
Right.
And who's being driven away to find the right thing. And she's also got this extra nudge of Darkseid going, hey, this is totally the right decision. It's like having 2 devils on one shoulder and 1 angel.
Yeah. I mean, and then we saw, you know, in present day, we saw the Lily's apartment, you know, when they went and looked there. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm trying to wrap my mind around how does this all make sense? How does she figure all this out? Like,
that whole wall full
of I was completely
knowledge.
Shocked. Like, that one got me. Like, I was like, and this is going to be like, I was like, this is going to be something that's not answered until the next episode, and I was getting aggravated with it, and then all of a sudden, in comes the apprentice on the bus, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Now we know.
It all makes sense to me now.
Mm-hmm. He's trying to make things right by by trying to make it right, he made it worse.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't realize that with this information, she could distort it into vengeance.
It powered her her tendency towards the evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of saw the sorcerer in this episode, you know? So we know that
mist.
we know that the sorcerer is not the apprentice. We know that.
Yes.
That's something that a couple of us weren't too sure on, whether he was just, hiding, disguising himself kind of thing.
Yeah.
But no, they are two separate people. So that is interesting. Curious how that's going to play out, if that's going to have a role in the finale here.
It might. Maybe he'll stop it.
Or if there's going to be something that carries on into further seasons.
Yeah.
Because Zelina was something that was set up last season, and, she's still running around, so
God.
they're not against setting things up in further seasons, so.
Yeah.
As much as I wanted Marion dead, yeah.
You
Can we
got
just
your wish.
can we just transfer that to Zelina now?
No, you got your wish.
No, I mean, I think we talked about this last week, how all of your hate for
Marion wasn't really
Marion was actually just hate for Zelina.
Zelina.
Yeah, no, it was justified
when you
hate.
wanted Marion dead, you really just wanted Zelina dead again, you know? So it kind of works.
Yes.
It transfers. I think it transfers.
Mm-hmm. I mean, well, we found out this episode that Zelina is in fact pregnant with Robin's child.
Oh my God! Why couldn't he keep it in his pants?
Because it was Marion.
It clicked in my brain, and my mom was like, "Holy shit, he's pregnant!" And she's pregnant.
I know.
No.
As soon as Regina says, "Get Roland and let's go," and he's just standing there, I'm like, he can't go. He got her pregnant. What the fuck, dude?
At first I thought it was an enchantment, and then
I thought maybe
else.
she had something over him or something like that to make him
I
stay.
had to put my blanket over my head.
But what is this kid gonna be? I mean, if she, with all the power in their family and crap like that.
Is it really bad that I don't care if she dies while she's pregnant?
Wow.
That's a terrible, I'm a terrible person.
Wow, that is awful.
Maybe she'll die during childbirth.
I wish we had one of the camera running on Clio, when she's watching the episode, so you could see her slowly creep under the blanket and be like, and then if you compared it and put a side by side video of me watching it, it was just like, oh.
No, you don't understand. I have conversations with my TV.
I think it would be really interesting to watch one of these shows with you.
I do talkbacks. Well, and I've thought of this. But if you put a camera on me while I'm watching a show, I know the camera's there.
It's there, yeah.
I'll have to put a camera on you when you're watching the show and you don't realize the camera's there.
And not tell me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know that, Robin thought he was sleeping with his wife and everything, but he loves Regina. So, I mean, he was just getting nookie because it was there.
Well, also because... I mean, we saw last week how
his honor. He wanted to be.
It's not just his honor, but he had made a choice. He had made a choice to leave Storybrooke. He never thought he'd see Regina again. He never thought he'd go back. He was resigning to his life with Marion in the city.
Yeah, he was like, "Well, I guess you'll do."
He was trying. He was trying to recommit himself to her.
He's trying, yeah, and I guess that's the only way. I mean, that's a stupid reason to have a kid, but
I mean, Zelina definitely committed herself to Robin. That's for sure.
Zelina is Zelina. She's a whore.
Her whole plan of getting back at Regina and taking what Regina wants and her happy ending, she is really committed to doing that. You have to be to
she planned
birth a child.
Right? She planned on getting pregnant.
Well, yeah.
What better way to fuck her sister over than to have her man's child?
I think that was just I can fuck my sister over and also have a child of my own.
Damn cat.
Bye. Bye, Rachel.
My cat played with the thing behind the... It's like, yeah, no, don't play with that.
Yeah, I think she saw a way to kill two birds with one stone. She could have her own child.
Mm-hmm.
And stab her sister in the back at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. Lee's saying, what about the fact that Regina is even more hurt because she's never been pregnant?
I don't think that I even entered Regina's mind. She's just pissed off at her sister that her sister had sex with her man.
Well, we
Well,
know
I mean, I
we know
think
Regina always wanted to be a mother. Like that
Yeah.
is going to play a factor into it.
I will, but right now it's not playing a factor in it.
Well,
Right.
no, this is something that, when presented, literally brings everything to the front of your mind, where everything is trying to like.
I don't.
Like,
But I don't think right.
Form
She's
logic.
thinking all of these things at once.
Yeah, I don't think that's like. I don't think that's the forefront of her mind right now. It's there. I'm not saying it's not there.
I think everything is screaming in her brain, and there's no room for like everything is in there.
Yeah.
Now, Robin, can you imagine?
I'm sure there's even some resentment for Robin in there. Like, it's not justified resentment, but I'm sure it's there. It's like, how could you?
But see, because he.
No, I know, like logically and after the fact when she has time to think, but I'm sure that emotion flooded into her too. Like everything flooded in. Like
yeah,
Cleo
she'll
said.
be able to forgive him for that.
Oh, 100%.
Robin's face when he realized that Zelina was priceless.
He was scared.
He was like, "What the fuck?"
He was terrified.
He was terrified. He was like dumbfounded. He was just like, "I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Is this real life?
What's going on? Is there some hidden
wake
camera
me up.
back
This is
over there?"
literally the worst dream I've ever had.
Exactly.
So if she gives birth, what do you think it is? Do you think it's a boy or a girl?
I hope it's a girl.
It's a girl.
So it'll be Zelina Jr.
But oh my gosh, what is he gonna do? Is he gonna stay with her now and knowing that it's not his wife?
Clap him in irons?
I mean, it's not his wife, so he's not legally bound to her. And
no, I think it's gonna come down to.
But he is a loyal person. So,
they're gonna get the baby. She's gonna have the baby or whatever, and then they're gonna kill her.
She's gonna die in childbirth.
You have to wait 9 months.
Yeah.
You can't risk bringing her back to Storybrooke where she has access to magic.
9 months, so next season.
Just leave her chained up in the apartment.
Oh God.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
It was just so. Oh my gosh. His face, he was just like in shocked and scared and terrified and dumbfounded all at once. That face, it's. I had to laugh because it's
please,
hilarious.
like Robin got the wrong Mills girl pregnant.
Pretty much.
God.
So for our last and final topic, Rumple.
Finally letting Bill go? Question mark.
Does this is coming back from last week? Does Rumple's actions, are they justified? Like, is Rumple, like, can you ever forgive Rumple?
Stealing the heart back to give it to Belle, that's a good thing to do. That is the right thing to do.
And everything that he was doing thus far, in a twisted way, was in Belle's best interest.
Yeah, no.
In a twisted way. I did not say. I did not say it's the right thing to do.
But was it in Belle's best interest to lie to her?
In Rumple's twisted mind, it was.
Yes, but still, that's not what's best for Belle. That's what Rumple thinks is best.
Right, that's what I said.
No, you said. I guess you did say that.
Yes.
In a roundabout way. But that's still not what's best for Belle.
No, it's not.
But has he really let her go this time?
No.
Has she let him go?
She definitely has not let him go.
She hasn't. Of course she hasn't. I mean, there's always going to be a place in her heart for him.
She let go of Will's hand. And just stared at the door.
Did. She didn't let go of it, but she didn't grab it back.
But I mean,
she walked away.
She
That's letting go. I'm sorry.
She's loved him for so long.
She stood next to him.
No, she walked away. She took 2 steps toward the door, and she just stared at the door.
Well, yeah. Well, of course she's going to have feelings. Jeez Louise was her husband. She's loved him for so long.
Yeah.
And you can't just throw those feelings away. They're always. I mean, even though it's bad, he's bad for you, that you need to move on. It's still going to hurt. It's still going to sting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, he's not justified. To answer your question from like 5 minutes ago.
I'm not saying his actions are right. I'm saying his twisted brain.
No.
And with his darkened heart, he thinks he's doing the right thing.
I understand.
He always thinks.
What you asked, is he justified? And I'm saying no.
I think. Well, it's more of, is it justified, not is he justified. It, I believe, is justified.
It?
Yes.
What do you mean it?
His
all
actions,
the bad things he's
like
done?
everything that's been going on at this point. Like, he's got this shimmer of hope. Like, he's got this little tiny bit of his heart, and he does love Belle. And today, this proved it. And everything that he's been doing up to this point was for Belle, and it was to try to make things a better life for Belle, but it is clearly not the right way to do it. It is the way of somebody with a darkened heart going about it the only way it knows how. So.
Well, I think just the most upsetting thing is that he was on a better path. He was doing the better things, and then he regressed. And that's not... He can't be justified for that.
So could you ever forgive Rumpel? Because as of last week, you said no.
To see him go, I probably can't forgive him for stuff that he's done.
No, really?
No, probably not.
Probably not.
He may in the end do the right thing.
Not. Wait, we're unsure right now. We got probably, whereas last week it was a definitive no.
Because he didn't do this.
Yeah.
Because last week all there was is, I gotta turn Emma dark, and that was all that there was last week.
Yeah. He's I don't know what his angle is, if he is trying to make somewhat of amends, or if it's just another lie, another
No, he's just
con.
I'm sure. Yeah, maybe. I'm sure what he did for Belle was what was genuine. But what he's doing with the author is he wants to rewrite history. He wants to get a second chance, because after all this time, he's still a coward. He still can't just stop. He can't, he can't give up. He can't die.
I think that
Scared.
I think somehow the writer's going to be stopped, because obviously the apprentice told the sorcerer about the writer, so the sorcerer obviously knows and possibly is in Storybrooke already.
Well, we saw Cruella's little funeral thing, and we saw the writer, and we saw Rumpel, and Swan was overlooking, from the back, but we didn't see Rumpel take the ink out, which I'm very surprised. I was waiting.
They'd chop off her hair and boil her hair.
We also didn't see Cruella's body. He could have done it already.
That is true. That is true. Because that is a theory we had last week.
He's just going to wring the ink out of Cruella's hair.
And shave off her eyebrows.
Oh, God.
Because the eyebrows was from the ink, too.
Yeah.
No, it was just, her eyebrows just, they seem like they got bigger every episode.
Yeah, it went poof, she turns around, it's eyebrows.
It's like eyebrows.
It would be funny if in every scene they were like different shapes and sizes. That would have been great.
So notice
there needs to be a fan parody video where that happens, and every time she turns around, it's just a different shape of eyebrow.
It's like a star.
Pretty soon they're just taking up there from hairline to hair. There's no difference.
Yeah. I love the whole Will Scarlet scene, when Rumpel was sneaking into Regina's office, and he's like, oh no, I can't, he's distracting Maleficent, and, Will sneaking in through the back door. Oh, don't worry, I already got it. And she turns around and Will's just like, see ya, and jumps out the window.
When I saw that, I was like, Maleficent, bitch, you are a dragon. Go stop him.
It wasn't worth it to her.
I know. I guess she wasn't really committed.
No, she wasn't. This was Regina's thing.
I know.
Yeah.
But I was like, you're letting him get away? You're a dragon. What are you doing?
I mean, I still want to know what happened with Anastasia. We were told we were going to find out why Will is here this season, at the beginning of the season, before the season even aired. We are now 20 episodes in, and we still don't know why he's here.
Yeah, and I mean...
No!
He even said to Rumpel, like, he's trying to win Belle's heart. Why?
Yeah.
You had
There's a
true love.
I know there was something happened. Something devastating had to happen.
You know, I mean, I know in Wonderland.
He fought too hard to get her back.
Well, I know in Wonderland, Anastasia died twice. You know, so, and the second time she was brought back with the Well of Wonders, the water and stuff. I'm wondering if that wasn't necessarily permanent.
I don't know.
So, I mean, I did just go back recently and watch the last episode of Wonderland again, just to give myself a refresher on what went down. And I mean, that's because she was killed off and then resurrected when Jafar got the power of the genies, and then when Jafar was defeated, she died, and then the Well of Wonders, she was brought back, and then they had the wedding and everything. So she died twice. So I'm curious if something happened to her.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like to see what they do. I mean, I hope they don't totally screw it up because, I mean, like us, there are people that actually watched Wonderland, and if they fuck it up, we're gonna be like,
Well, they're not gonna completely like absolve like that didn't happen, because they clearly walked into this when Will walked in, he had the page with the Red Queen on it.
Yeah.
So they're not trying to. Yeah, they're not trying to forget about it. They're not trying to.
No, I'm not saying forget it. I'm just saying that if their explanation doesn't coincide with Wonderland, we're gonna know, and you're gonna hate it.
Yeah, no, I think they know their fan base at this point, because just them going back and tying the loose ends, like, Robin Hood was a different actor, they solved that, and, Ursula was a different voice actress, they resolved that, like, my gripes. Me, of all people, I'm, like, probably the lowest person on the totem pole of people that matter to the Once Upon a Time, cast members, but, well, probably not the lowest, I'm sure there's people lower than me, but... But no, the fact that they're answering questions like that, it shows me, they care about their fan base, and they're gonna do some stuff.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So
I hope, because we've been waiting for it all season, and we haven't gotten jack and squat about it.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know. You ladies have anything else for this week?
Well, since the girls, as they call them, are so intertwined in their fates. I mean, are they going to share powers? They're so intertwined. Emma's potential for evil went to her. So does she have part of Emma in her, and vice versa, or something?
Well, she did say, when I'm by you, when I'm around you, it's like this bright light.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that Emma has extra potential for good. It's just that Lily has
extra potential.
Emma's potential for darkness.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
That's probably what she's talking about.
If they switched, I wonder if it crossed over, and so basically to have them together is like a whole.
I mean, either way, if you look
finding
at
their other half,
yes, she hasn't gained any potential for good, but having less potential for bad automatically increases the ratio of good in her favor.
Yeah, I'm sure it changes her aura too. Not that might even be a thing in the Once Upon a Time universe, but
So theoretically, she does have more potential for good than a normal person.
No, she has the same potential for good, but it probably just shows more.
Yeah, and she knows Emma has powers.
She's got powers too. She's the wolf. I'm convinced that she was the wolf.
I don't know.
Because in the promo, her eyes glowed exactly like the wolf's eyes did. That, like, amber yellow.
Yeah, but we saw pretty much... It wasn't the exact same wolf, but we saw the same wolf in season 1.
Yeah. I don't think it was...
I think it's Lily. I think she's not just has the ability to turn into a dragon, but I think she can shift. I think she's a shifter.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, Red!
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I was
maybe it's Emma's spirit animal that's guiding her. I don't think it's Lily. I don't think Lily knows her powers until she gets into Storybrooke. Then she's gonna know her powers.
I mean, she is the daughter of a sorceress the daughter of a dragon, nonetheless.
Good
So
daddy.
she's got magic. I'm not doubting that at all.
Good
But
daddy.
I don't think it
That's
has
a good
anything to
question.
do with the fact that Emma has magic. So.
I just found it kind of odd that she knows so much of. I mean, she was trying to find Squirrelbook, and she knew so much about Emma and how Emma had powers and stuff. I'm just like,
That was all from the sorcerer.
I don't think the sorcerer.
Not from what we saw, but I'm sure that that's where she got her
I
information
know, but
from.
I don't know if he would even know that she had powers. The Emma, because he didn't even know Emma, and she was young, so
He is the keeper of the storybook.
I don't know.
So.
But a lot of it might also be because she had that whole board. Clearly, she's been doing research on this since he told her.
Yeah. But
there's probably information she gathered that was not from the Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Well, we also found out, what the actual writers, the authors, are supposed to do.
Yeah, I 100% feel like we're gonna get a Rumple redemption story at the end here.
He's gonna die.
I am hoping he does not die, because
I know
the show would not be the same without him.
Or he's gonna die and he'll come back.
No matter how you want to spin it, because he is so deep-rooted into every character's backstory that without Robert Carlyle to show up for the flashbacks, if Robert Carlyle leaves the show...
he's not going to show up for the...
Well, if he leaves the show, because the rumor was that this is his last season, so...
Well, then again, I mean, he could be like, well, I'm going to take a year off to do movies or something else, but I'll come back.
It would feel very awkward. We haven't had one season so far. We're 4 seasons in, and every single character we meet, Rumple is involved in their backstory somewhere.
But on the exact flip side of that, he's just in everything where it's like, oh, he's a part of this too? Of course he is. All right.
Yeah, it's kind of, it gets a little, you get to know it. It's just... It
gets to be too much.
Yes and no. I mean,
I'm not saying that I don't
if
like
it was him doing the
saying.
same thing, but he's involved in everybody's life differently. He's had different interactions. We see different versions of Rumple in almost every single one. And yeah, it's not surprising anymore when we see that Rumple's involved in their life, but it is still interesting to see how he's affected and changed the game in his favor.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't want to lose Rumple. Anyway, next week's episode is called Mother. And Emma returns to Storybrooke to unite Lily with Maleficent, while Regina and Robin Hood struggle to cope with the implications of Zelina's pregnancy. When Gold's health takes a turn for the worse, Isaac looks to a new ally for help procuring the magic ink he needs to rewrite history. So it seems like Rumple may be holding the ink, but not giving it to the author for some reason. He needs help procuring it. In a Fairy Tale Land flashback, Cora returns from Wonderland to beg Regina's forgiveness on the anniversary of Daniel's murder. Cora vows to help her daughter find true love, but Regina remains suspicious of her mother's intentions.
Of course!
I am so excited to get Cora back. I saw Cora in the in the previews for next week, and
Cora.
She's great.
All I know is once Rumple gets a hold of Lily, things are gonna fucking shit fire.
I'm curious if we're gonna see Will in the flashback, but if we do, it's getting falling in love with Anastasia, because Cora was already dead at that point. In which
no, she took his heart. She let him take his heart because he was broken over her.
Yeah.
Over
That's
Anastasia.
The whole reason he became the knave in the first place.
No, I understand that, but I'm talking about after the wedding. After Will and Anastasia's wedding, she's dead already at that point.
Oh, yes.
So it is not.
Okay, that's.
Yeah, because that was a flashback within Wonderland. That was not present day when Cora took the heart. So cats are running amok upstairs.
Amok.
Yeah. So I think that about does it. Lee Silver saying there's going to be a Red Queen Belle catfight in season 5? Maybe. I'd like to see Anastasia come back.
I'd like to see her come back.
I want to see something come out of that. Clio, where can the people find you?
They can find me on the socials at Cliomoto and on Twitch at the Cliomoto.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That would be like there, right?
No, there.
No, right over my eyes. It goes right there.
Oh, that's right there.
Yeah, there you go. It's much better.
She's a witness for the research program now.
Rachel, where can the people find you?
Find me at Twitter, right there. You can use both of those. So.
We're professionals.
We're professionals.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You can find me
there.
You can find me down below at the Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM.
Phenomenon.
Da, 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 da.
You can also find us on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, MySpace. Sorry, my
Getting worse.
my
I think
cough
you
is
really
coming
see
back.
someone about that.
And right here on YouTube at /ASOTV podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows. 2 episodes, or 2 weeks to go, I should say. Till the finale. Till then. See you guys later.
Bye. Was I the only one screaming, "Don't hurt the car" when she was driving the SS?
When she whipped that thing around, I was like,
right
no!
next to the road.
Don't wreck the car!
I love that guy.